everyone, welcome to Vajiram and Ravi's Places in News. My name is Shubhangi Singh and in today's session we are going to discuss some important places that have been in news from the perspective of your exam. So the first place that we are going to cover is from the global range. The first place is South Korea. So the reason South Korea has been in news because India has recently signed a pact with South Korea, and this pact was on defense, cyber and training cooperation. Now these pacts have been exchanged and signed, and their whole agenda around it is to promote cooperation between these two countries. Now when we are talking about South Korea, a very important country located in the Korean Peninsula. Now this Korean Peninsula is present in East Asia. Now when we are talking about South Korea, it is bordered right in north by North Korea. Then when we look on the eastern side, we have East Sea, also known as Sea of Japan. On the west end we have Yellow Sea, and if we look south, then we find the Korea Strait. Then we find Jeju Strait, Korea Strait on both of the ends. Now when we are talking about physiography of South Korea, it is predominantly mountainous in terrain. 70% of this whole region, as you can say, is mountainous. Multiple mountain chains are present across, multiple high peaks are located, very narrow coastal plains are present, and one major river which is present across is the Han River. Furthermore, when we are talking about South Korea, another important factor that we need to consider in is the climate here, known for the temperate monsoon climate. The winters are cold, the summers are humid, and temperate monsoon is seen. And this monsoon system is developed by East Asian monsoon system, just like India sees monsoon system of the southwest monsoon. This is a different segment of the monsoon system. Then moving towards other factors such as the economic geography of this country. This country is very urbanized and highly industrialized as well, with hosting multiple important ports, major ones being Busan and also Incheon. This is a country which is known for high-end technology and industry in terms of semiconductors, in terms of electronics and also shipbuilding. They are the global leaders. And when we are talking about the strategic location of this country, the Korean Peninsula is a major geopolitical flashpoint. The neighbor they have, North Korea, one of the most unpredictable and also contentious country that we have seen under Kim Jong-un. Now when we are talking about East Asia, the presence of South Korea is of key importance, especially for huge powers such as US, because South Korea remains their key ally in all of this region, because we have Russia present around, we have China present around, and then we have North Korea present around. All three nations much not favorable for US, so South Korea's presence is of great significance here. From the perspective of economic connectivity, greater significance is present here because it is integrated with global supply chains, especially in these industries. Furthermore, it is also known for the soft power influence through the culture, which is also broadly known as the K-wave, through the theatre, through the drama, through the web series, cinema, and so much more. Now I'll be leaving you here with a prelims practice question for this particular place. Let me know the answer to this in the comment section, and I will be moving on to the next place. The next place we are covering today is Netherlands. The reason Netherlands has been in news because our Prime Minister was on a 5-nation tour, and during this visit, Netherlands was one of the stops. And in this visit, Netherlands has promised that they will be returning the 11th century Chola copper plate which was present there. Now this is a historic symbol which is being returned, and that is why Netherlands in news. Starting with understanding the location of this country. Located in Western Europe, you can see, boundaried by Germany, Belgium, and also North Sea. This is a water body which is present, but non-contiguous neighbors such as United Kingdom and Denmark are also present around. If you look at Netherlands, it is known for the low-lying geography, low-lying country where there are certain large areas which are present below the sea level as well. The name itself depicts this very physiography. This is a country blessed with multiple rivers, and it is formed by deltaic deposits of these rivers which are coming across this whole region, such as Rhine, then we have Meuse, and then we have Scheldt rivers as well. Furthermore, when we are looking at Netherlands, we have to understand that this is a country which is remarkably known for the water management features. Because it has low-lying areas, we get to understand that how it can be detrimental and water management can become difficult. So we have seen polders which have been reclaimed from sea in this country. There are multiple extensive dykes and storm surge barriers to ensure the non-vexing of especially making the underground water saline. The climate in this region is mostly temperate maritime climate and hugely influenced by ocean current, that is North Atlantic drift. Can you tell me in the comment section, North Atlantic drift, is it a cold current or a warm current? Now, I'm talking about significance of Netherlands. When we are looking at this West European country, it is known for the global model of flood management, the delta works, the engineering system, especially because of the physiography which needs this help. It is also known for its trade and connectivity, especially through Rotterdam. When we are talking about Rotterdam, it is one of the world's largest and busiest ports. Agricultural efficiency, very important. A case study example can be served because it is a major exporter despite limited land and low-lying land. Climate change adaptation, when we are talking about sea level rise, the exposure, the vulnerability is really high. So the mitigation strategies can also of this country serve as a great example. And Netherlands also shines as a technological leader because the semiconductor, the up and coming sunrise industry, it is a key equipment manufacturer and an important component of global supply chains. Now on this note, leaving you with yet another question on this particular topic. Let me know the answer to this in the comment section. Now the next place that we are covering today is the Euphrates River. When we are talking about Euphrates River, the unfortunate reason that because it is in news is because of the fact that it is drying up at a very fast pace, and this is giving directions towards that there was an old biblical prophecy that this will be dried up soon. So it is reviving that prophecy. So NASA satellites have confirmed that Euphrates River has already lost over 140 cubic kilometers of water, especially in the last 25 years. And when we are looking at the location of Euphrates River, located in West Asia. Now Euphrates is one of the principal rivers in West Asia. Can you tell me which is the other principal river? They are usually, the names are taken together. So when we are talking about Euphrates River, it crosses 3 countries. It originates in Turkey, then it crosses over to Syria, and then there it enters Iraq. And after crossing that, it finally drains into Persian Gulf. It joins the other important river which I was talking about. It is the Tigris River. So from there, it forms the Shatt al-Arab, and then it goes into the Persian Gulf itself. So you can see this is the meeting point of Tigris and Euphrates. This river is responsible and part of historic Mesopotamian plains. If you remember, one of the earliest civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, the fertile alluvial and agricultural land that you will find across this river banks is the one which supports the alluvial agriculture here. The hydrology, why, what is feeding this river? It is the snow melt and rainfall which is feeding this river. It is highly regulated through dams across, we get to see, but we have to remember it as one of the prime rivers. And a problematic point here is that it is drying up at a rapid pace. The significance of this river, cradle of civilization, one of the earliest civilization, that is Mesopotamian civilization, were birthed right here. When we are talking about the regulation through dams, they are also a significant point of hydropolitics because the upstream and downstream conflicts arise between the countries which are sharing this river, such as Syria, Turkey and Iraq. Then we are talking about West Asia. Euphrates remains the agricultural backbone in the arid West Asia. The strategic water security issue is another reason it is significant. The dam projects not only lead to hydropolitics, they also affect the regional power balance which is present. And Euphrates is a great example when you want to understand the environmental stress, what desertification can do, and declining discharge can alter not just the physiography but all the economy and the geography around. Now leaving you with a prelims practice question on Euphrates. This is the question. Let me know the answer to this in the comment section. Now we will be moving towards the Indian places that we are going to cover today, and the first place that we are covering today is the Damodar River. The reason it is in news because there was an unfortunate accident where 2 people drowned in this very river. When we are talking about Damodar River, it is also known by another sobriquet, that is Sorrow of Bengal. The origin of this river lies in the mineral house of our country, that is Chota Nagpur Plateau in Jharkhand. It originates there and then moved towards West Bengal, where later it is joined by Hooghly River. Now when we are talking about this river, it is known for making Rift Valley, especially in upper basin, but we have to remember that this is a seasonal river and it has high monsoon discharge. That means it is dependent on rainfall. As I said, historically known as Sorrow of Bengal because the discharge is highly variant and monsoon based, so floods are caused here, and the multi-purpose dams are used for control and regulation of this river. Furthermore, when we are talking about the region around Damodar, we have to understand that this is a mineral rich basin and the major industrial corridor is facilitated by the presence of this river, which needs the water for the industrial purposes. Furthermore, when we are talking about Damodar River, we have to understand that this is significant from multiple dimensions. Damodar happens to be that river which hosted the first river valley project, Damodar Valley project. When we are talking about industrial importance, this is the region which has major coal, steel, thermal industries, and Damodar helps them. Flood control role is immense because reservoir based regulation through dams is seen. Highly important from the agricultural perspective, this is the irrigation support that it provides in eastern India with limited number of rivers. And when we are talking about significance, very important from the perspective of environmental challenges, because this also shows on a different side that what industrial pollution and siltation can do to the river's hydrology, river's biodiversity and more. Now looking at the question for this particular topic, hoping that you will be answering in the comment section. Now moving to the next place that we are covering today, that is Tungabhadra Dam. Tungabhadra Dam located on the Tungabhadra River, which is a tributary of Krishna River itself. The reason Tungabhadra Dam has been in news because new crest gates have been installed and they will facilitate the flow and which will be a huge relief to the farmers. Now when we are talking about Tungabhadra Dam, it is made on Tungabhadra River itself, and it is located near Hospet, Karnataka. Now as I told, Tungabhadra is a tributary of Krishna River, and Tungabhadra is formed by coming together of 2 rivers, Tung River and Bhadra River. So that's Tungabhadra River. This river is present in the Deccan Plateau region. It is a very important river for semi-arid interior region which is present in Karnataka. Multiple dams are present. When we are talking about Tungabhadra Dam, it is a multi-purpose dam and it is responsible for not just irrigation but hydropower and also flood moderation in this region. Now looking at the significance of this, it is the agricultural rhine, as I mentioned, that because it is present in the semi-arid region of Karnataka. This is another place which is responsible for hydropower generation but hydropolitics as well. Another river, Krishna River, interstate river water disputes do exist. Can you tell me in the comment section which states are involved in the dispute of Krishna River? Now, when we are talking about regional development, very important from that component, it supports the dryland agriculture which facilitates the regional development in this region. But Tungabhadra, Krishna suffering from environmental concerns such as sedimentation and also reduced storage capacity that have been seen across the multipurpose dams which are present. Now, moving towards the question for Tungabhadra Dam, let me know the answer to this in the comment section. Now let us look at the next place that we are going to cover today, that is Tughlaqabad Fort. Now Tughlaqabad Fort is in news because the survey work which was supposed to happen here has been stalled. So when we are talking about this medieval history fort, when we are looking at it, where it is located in southeast Delhi. You can clearly see it is being marked here. This is the location of Tughlaqabad Fort. It was built by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq back in 14th century. Now it is located on the outcrops of Aravalli Ridge system, Aravalli mountain system, one of the oldest mountain system in the world, and this is the one which gives it a elevated terrain which becomes the defensive advantage, which was the defensive advantage for this particular fort. When we are looking at the architecture of this fort, this is where massive stone fortifications have taken place and the sloping walls have been very typically seen present across Tughlaq architecture. Now this is a very important component of medieval Delhi fortified cities which we have seen, be it Siri Fort, be it Tughlaqabad, Bijay Mandal, Adilabad Fort, tombs of Ghiyasuddin and Muhammad bin Tughlaq as well. Now when we are talking about significance of such forts, we also have to understand right here that they present military architecture, and this is one of a symbolic heritage we can see in form of reflection towards Indo-Islamic architecture. They also show that how geography can be used for military advantages and natural defense as well. And when we are looking at challenges, these are the places which, being a heritage in an urban space, suffer from issues of encroachment and also degradation. So that needs to be addressed. What are your thoughts that this problem can be solved? What should be the way forward? What are your suggestions on this? Let me know in the comment section. Now moving towards the prelims question on this topic, let me know the answer to this in the comment section as well. Now covering the last place for today that we are going to do is Loktak Lake. Now Loktak Lake, which is also the floating lake of our country. Now it is in news because it is home to one of the longest snakes which are present across the world. Now when we are talking about Loktak Lake, located in the state of Manipur, if you are looking at this location, it is present in the Cable Lamjau National Park. We find these floating islands which are present in lakes which go by the name Fumdis. This is the largest freshwater lake which is present in northeast India, and this is the region which contains Cable Lamjau National Park. So this is the only world's floating national park. This is directly connected to the Manipur river system as well. It is influenced by Ithai barrage which is present. Can you tell me in the comment section which river sees the presence of Ithai barrage? Then when we are talking about this region, known for the wetland ecosystem and immense biodiversity as well. And this is why this wetland ecosystem has the badge and honor of a Ramsar site as well. This is the only Ramsar site which is present in Manipur. Now significance very important from the wetland ecology because it is unique. That is why a Ramsar site as well. Habitat importance, high biodiversity. When we are talking about Sangai deer, a very endemic species which is present there. This Loktak Lake is also known for the support to livelihood that it provides in that region, which has limited development, but at the same time the concerns do remain of such as alteration because of the barrage, the encroachment and also pollution. Now what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section. Leaving you here with the last question for this particular session. Let me know the answer to this in the comment section. That was all from my side. Thank you so much.